trailer up on this side to get these tires off the ground so I can put these boards under them to level the trailer, so that when we put the cup on the counter, it doesn't just slide off and tink, hit the ground.
Which was exciting and probably has some uses for card games, but it's nothing that we can really appreciate at the moment.
I did this when we were changing these tires, so it's a known science now.
Yeah, just some background context. The site clearing for our property in Tennessee is not, entirely level. I'm pretty sure that's in the deluxe package, and probably put another 0 in the end. At which point, well, yeah. Anyway, but the joys of owning a fifth wheel is you have to level stuff, and you kind of have to roll with the punches. Once we've settled in, we'll definitely readdress this and have a look at it and see if there are things that can be done better. But this is a temporary, quote unquote, arrangement for now, so we're not overly concerned. It doesn't have to be like it has been in the past, which is how long did we have the RV sitting in the back property for as a house? About 6 years, I think, was it? Maybe 5?
15?
I got it in 2015, and then we brought it home at the end of 2015. So 2016.
7 years.
Wow. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Damn. Okay. Yeah. So, so the the interesting thing is that it's a little rough around the edges in places, the RV itself, but our daughter's been living in it as her abode for the longest time, but it's actually in really good condition. We didn't really have much that needed to be done on it to get it down to Tennessee, so that was itself a small miracle, I guess. It's not quite there yet.
Nope, getting there though.
Yeah.
And to remove that yellow wheel chalk. It's kind of useless when it's hanging in the air.
Yeah, good
And I
point.
can get the boards underneath it.
Just gonna kick that out of the way.
Thank you.
You might be wondering why, I'm not under the RV doing this, but my wife is the awesome outside handy woman, handy person, handy woman.
All right, my jack is maxed out, so put her down on the stands. So let's see if I can get under there at all. Yeah, a little bit. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it might.
Give me back my thing.
All right. So we'll keep this one as a short video, but yeah, just letting you know. And just very quickly, the reason for leveling on the side of your RV, and no doubt people are going to go, oh, you shouldn't, blah, 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 blah. We've got quite a bit of distance on the RV that we need to account for in terms of height to get it leveled. So you don't want to do it by just artificially raising one corner of the arse end of the RV and to compensate for a slightly lower drop on the front of the RV, because then you end up with a buckled RV frame, which is never good. So you need to be considerate of the structure of your travel trailers, and this applies probably to motorhomes as well, I guess. I don't know, little experience in that, but yeah, raise the RV itself. So anyways, thank you, Dawn.
You're welcome.
All right, back to it. This is day one, actual real day one. Oh, and happy birthday, Dawn.
Thank you.
You're welcome, honey. Thank you.
All right.
Moment of truth.
Moment of truth. I need to move the jack stand, or at least sink it so it can't stop it from going all the way down. So.
And again, just some background context. We've got a level that we use. We take measurements from multiple places in the RV. It's just sitting on the door there for now. But if you do things like measure it on the edges of the RV, you're not necessarily going to get an accurate measurement. I measure it under the tongue because the tongue is supposed to be flat. But again, due to manufacturing changes, you can't be completely sure. And honestly, again, the same thing with the floor as well, but we do our measurement from the middle of the floor. So if you do countertops or stairs and things like that, you've got to deal with carpeting and manufacturing irregularities. But again, your mileage may vary, as will your RV.
After we get this part done, we'll start rolling those down closer to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And start leveling it this way. So.
Yep.
But first, left to right. Here we go.
Left to right and head to us. Because this is not a PG channel. And where I come from, arse is ARSC, just saying. Kira, come on. Kira. Kira. Puppy dog heard movement and she was lying on her bed. Oh, poor baby. She's just going through so many changes. She's doing so well. Her peaceful existence has been shattered. So when we measured this, the bubble, the level bubble, was actually indicating that we were leaning a little more towards this side. I mean, the other side was leaning up higher, sorry, get it right. Which means that hopefully what we do now will actually compensate for that slight difference. And again, just for context, for those that maybe aren't don't have a trailer or looking at getting one, main reason for this is that this slide here is the refrigerator, and the refrigerators don't like to operate like all refrigerators unless they're on a level surface. It tends to have some issues with the compensators and things running. And no doubt that's probably a topic for discussion, but you know, better to err on the side of caution, right?
All right, time to go recheck the level.
All right, I'm going to go check the level and hopefully it gives us the result. Otherwise, we're going to go
up again.
All right, thanks, Dawn.
You're welcome.
Right.
All right, we have put our stabilizer jacks down here. This thing makes it really fast to go up and down with. But if you got them tight, use your ratchet first to get it started.
So they're named after Jack Spirko? Stabilizing Jack Spirko, or Stabilizer Jack Spirko? Now known as SJS.
If I remember the story correctly, Jack's named after Jack Kennedy. So.
Oh well.
Or maybe it's just the naming trend of calling John's Jacks or something like that.
No problem. You just mentioned from time to time that he's a stabilizing influence on your life, so I thought I should mention that. So,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. He got us down the rabbit hole with his podcast. So.
Lord help us all. Okay, fantastic. Anyway, these are not Jack Spirko, with apologies to Jack if you ever watch this. But these are the arse end supports. Arse, as I have earlier mentioned, ARSC. So if I ever see it spelled ASS again in my lifetime, I'm literally going to bray like the proverbial donkey that those things are. So
yeah, we're not supporting jackasses here.
no, definitely not. That's a completely different thing. It's probably got trademark and copyright issues all over it. But again, if you're not familiar with travel trailers or fifth wheels in general, these things just basically help support the rear. Our one has a bunkhouse on the back end, but honestly it's a storage area. So there's actually quite a lot of weight in there. I've got like a lot of stuff. So these things just basically help take some of the pressure off. And the fact that you can see the level difference here, because you know that's actually pretty extended compared to that one there. So I'm pretty sure at some stage we may need to actually uproot and maybe possibly shift this over.
Or dig it out flatter.
But again, you know, this is day one. Good enough is good enough. Thank you, Dawn. We've got stuff that we need to do.
Yeah, like getting water.
That's next on the list, after we get the slides out, of course, so we can actually test the propane and make sure the refrigerator's working, so that all the refrigerables that we bought earlier today do not become
trash?
Yeah, that would be an expensive exercise. We're being highly optimistic that we get this done pretty quickly. So anyway, hopefully this has been informative. Plug for Keystone. This is a Keystone hideout. I think they still make them. Mid-range RV. It's touted as a deluxe RV. It's a 34.5 foot travel trailer, and quite honestly, really have had few to no issues with it. There's budget stuff inside it that, you know, is prone to wear and tear, and we're gonna have to replace some lights and stuff. It just really have not worked out well. Just ignore the fact that it's from Dixie RV. Though again, if you want to purchase from Florida, Dixie RV, no problems at all. All about shameless plugs. And ignore the expired Florida plate on the back. We won't talk about that. So this is our non-travel trailer. A non-travel travel trailer. But yeah, that's a really great job. Thank you, Dawn.
You're welcome.
Again. Yeah, so the one last thing that we're going to put in is this medieval torture device lying on the ground here. It could certainly be a medieval torture device. But that actually just goes in between the tyres, and you basically crank that out. So it acts as basically as supports for the tyres and stops them going forwards and backwards. Travel trailers and fifth wheels in general, you know, tend to be a little bit rolly, like Doctor Who's all timey-wimey. Trailers can be a little bit roly-poly. So anything that you can do to kind of, you know, reduce left to right, front to back movement, front to back, and left to right movement is a good thing. I'll come around the front. Hi, Kira. You're looking very cozy. Such a good girl.
Put the bottle jack back in the compartment so it stays level because they leak.
Oh, do they?
They leak hydraulic fluid if you set it on the side.
Well, we don't want that. That will be a bad thing. That box down there is a video for another day. That's a storage skirt. So just adding to this video a little bit, is the storage skirt will wrap around the front here. It's got a gap for that to go through and run around. It allows us to make use of this otherwise largely unused space. This would actually kind of be a little bit higher up. So our storage skirt is probably going to be a little too shallow. We may need to do some alterations on that, but we'll just have to see how we go. But the whole point of it is that with anything that you're doing boondocking or in our case temporary home while we build our actual permanent home, is really just making use of space as much as anything, which I guess is, you know, I don't know if that's even a permaculture ethic. Is that tenet, Dawn?
What's that?
Making use of space, or
function stacking.
Function stacking, that's the word.
Making things do more than one purpose.
Makes sense, yeah. She's the permaculture head in our family. So yeah, so we actually have a thing that plugs into here that again provides flexibility by basically taking the tongue and effectively putting a stand, kind of vertical stand here, which acts as another foot stand there. But as I was saying to Dawn earlier, given that we're kind of ass high, to put it politely, with an R. Not politely, but the word ass. The unit that we have, apart from the fact it's quite old and probably past its use by date, I don't think they make a short one. I'll have to check that out anyway. So we might end up actually doing something with that. We might build something like a little storage area that we can use, that also acts as a thing here to just give that some extra rigidity. We'd have to think about that. If we're making that out of wood, then obviously, you know, we really have to think hard about that because it needs to have beam support. But anyway, for now, it's looking pretty good. So yeah, thank you very much if you're watching this far. Don't forget to subscribe and tick boxes. You will make Dawn's day very, very happy, and happy Dawn is good for everybody. So okay, say hi, Dawn. say bye, Dawn, hi, Dawn, bye, Dawn, whatever.
Bye-bye.
And happy birthday again, babe.
Thank you.
Love you heaps. Bye.